All right, guys, let's get into it. Take your white chocolate, place it in your microwave, and heat for 30 seconds. Once it's out, you're going to stir to combine, making sure we get all of the melted pieces of chocolate mixed in with the unmelted bits. Pop that back in your microwave for another 30 seconds and give it a good stir. This time it should be fully melted. Just let the residual heat of the bowl melt all of the unmelted bits. Go ahead and grab a tall drinking glass and the piping bag that's in your kit. And you're going to take the piping bag, place it in the glass, and just fold the back end over the rim of the glass. Take your spatula and scrape down the sides of your bowl, making sure you get all of that white chocolate into your piping bag. Next, you're going to unfold the top of it from the glass. Lift the bag out, twist the back end of the bag just above the chocolate to close it. Twist it up and you're going to tie it in a knot to prevent all of the chocolate from oozing out the back. Once you're all knotted up, you're going to grab yourself your mold and a pair of scissors. Take your scissors and you're going to cut off just the very tip of your bag, just enough to make a drizzle. It should be about that big at the end. You're going to hold the knotted side of the bag with your dominant hand and just zigzag the chocolate across the back. You can do it as much as I'm doing, you can do it less, you can pretty much do whatever you want with this part. Then you're going to set the mold aside and we're going to go ahead and melt that milk chocolate. Heat it in your microwave for 30 seconds and then give it a really good stir. You're going to want to make sure you're scraping down the sides and incorporating all of that melted chocolate into the unmelted bits. Place it back into your microwave for an additional 30 seconds and then give it a good stir again. This time it should be fully melted. Just let the residual heat of the bowl heat all the unmelted bits of chocolate as you fold it in. Now it's inclusion time. You're going to take that chocolate sugar cookie and you're going to break it apart into tiny pieces, reserving just a little bit of the top for later. Once that's all broken up, you're going to take your spatula and just fully incorporate. After it's combined, you're going to grab your mold and you're going to pour your chocolate mixture into the back of your mold. For this part, you can use the spatula that you're scraping the bowl with, or you can go ahead and grab a palette knife and just spread that chocolate across the entire back, making sure that all the crevices are filled on the bottom. If you find your cookie pieces are kind of gathering in one place, you can just use your palette knife to kind of push them wherever you want them. Gently tap on the surface, releasing air bubbles, and then you're going to sprinkle your mini chocolate chips right across the back of your cavity. Give your mold another good tap, and then you're going to place it in your freezer on a flat surface for 5 minutes. At this point, if you haven't already prepped your inclusions, you're going to chop your brownie up into little bite-sized pieces. These, it doesn't really matter if you do them too big because they're almost going to break apart in the chocolate as you stir it, and it makes it become super fudgy. Now go ahead and place your dark chocolate in the microwave and heat it for 30 seconds. Once it's out, we're going to give it a really good stir, making sure we fully incorporate all that melted chocolate into the unmelted bits. Once combined, you're going to place it in your microwave again for an additional 30 seconds. This time it should be almost fully melted, so give that a really good stir, letting the residual heat of your bowl melt the remaining chocolate as you keep stirring. Look how silky smooth it gets. It really doesn't take too long. Now we're going to add our inclusions. You're going to put most of the brownie into your melted mixture, but you're going to want to reserve a little bit for later. Take your spatula and give it a nice stir. This is the part that makes this chocolate become super fudgy. See how it's all like breaking up in there? It's going to be so good when it's done. Okay, grab the mold that we already took out of the freezer, and you're just going to pop all those white chocolate pieces right off onto the mold so that way we're not wasting anything. Take your dark chocolate mixture and you're going to pour it right over the back. Take your spatula, scrape down the sides, making sure we get all that chocolate goodness right on the back. Use your palette knife to spread the melted chocolate evenly across the back of the cavity. And just like with the cookie, if you see brownie where you don't want it, just take the edge of your palette knife and just kind of push them wherever you want them to be. Gently tap out your mold, and then you're going to add the inclusions to the back of your chocolate. Break up the rest of the sugar cookie, take your brownie pieces and sprinkle them across the back, and then last, take your chocolate chips and just evenly distribute them across the back of your mold. Firmly hold your mold and tap it on your surface, releasing any air bubbles, and freeze for 15 minutes. And that's it. You did it. You made a delicious fudgy chocolate bar filled with brownies and cookies and all the good things. Look at how good that looks. All right, now go take a bite. I really hope you enjoyed making this as much as I did.